Hi everybody, this is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. Today we're talking about barley grass and doing a little comparison between barley grass powder and barley grass juice powder. Sometimes a recipe will call for one or the other, oftentimes barley grass juice powder. And when you go to shop for them, you may see both, and it can lead to some degree of confusion, and sometimes we might buy something that we don't really intend to buy, the wrong item that the recipe called for. The point of this video is to help you out on that one. What is the difference? Well, they're both made from barley grass leaves, which would be the leaves of the young barley plant, and they should be harvested for this purpose before the seed or the barley grain starts to form. Okay, so that it should be the same thing that's made for each type of powder. But about barley grass powder, again, it's made from those leaves of the young barley plant, and they've been harvested, dehydrated, and then ground up into a fine powder, just like they are. The powder contains all the components of the barley grass, except of course the water, because in the dehydrating process that's lost. But all the nutrients, the phytochemicals, and all the fiber that would be found in the fresh barley grass should also be found in the barley grass powder. Now note, and this is important, that barley grass powder is kind of a medium green color. It's going to be lighter than the shirt that I'm wearing. Whereas the barley grass juice powder will be darker. It might even be the color of my shirt or even darker green than this. The barley grass powder, just like the juice powder, can be added to foods and beverages as desired, as you want to. A lot of times we'll add them to smoothies. You could add them to casseroles, whatever you want. Now, barley grass does have a strong nutritional profile, so don't squawk about one or the other being better for you than the other in the sense of that. They have a strong nutritional profile either way you go, and barley grass has been used in traditional Chinese medicine for over 1,800 years. They knew what they were doing, folks. And that can be found in powder form, capsule form, or even in extract form. Regarding the barley grass juice powder, it's also made from the leaves of the young barley plant. Hopefully the leaves, the plant has not started to form the seeds yet, so if it has not, that should be when they should be harvested. And those fresh leaves are juiced, and then that juice is dried at a very low temperature to protect the nutrients. The result is a very rich dark green powder, again about like my shirt or even darker, and it contains concentrated nutrients that are found in barley grass. So it has all the nutrients but at a more concentrated level than you'll find in barley grass powder. Now, the one thing it does not contain besides the liquid, the water, it does not contain the cellulose fiber, which would have been removed in the juicing process. But just like barley grass powder, barley grass juice powder can also be added to food and beverages as desired. And I've seen a lot of recipes for smoothies that call for barley grass juice powder. So when you're shopping, make sure you buy the appropriate one that you intend to. The next question is, does barley grass contain gluten? We all know that the grain, the seed of the plant, barley, does contain gluten. However, the young leaves will not contain gluten. And so the powder that you get should not contain gluten as long as the leaves were harvested before those seeds started to form. Because you have no way of knowing that, it is wise, especially if you want to avoid gluten, you're sensitive to it, whatever, and you don't want the gluten in there, when you're shopping for it, make sure that whatever you select has been certified as being gluten-free. There's more than one way that gluten can get in there. Processing plants may or may not have dedicated facilities for gluten-free products. And if they don't, or if they process a gluten-containing grain on the same line, the same conveyor belt, that barley grass juice or barley grass powder would be processed on, there's the chance of having cross-contamination. So there is a possibility of having gluten in there, even though the original plant may not have had gluten. So if you want to make sure that you avoid gluten when you're shopping, make sure it says that it's gluten-free for sure, okay? Let me know if you have any questions or comments below. I'll be glad to answer any questions that I possibly can. This is Judi at Judi in the Kitchen. Bye for now.